Day I wake up and I feel so alive.
Polygamy is one of the most controversial counterculture lifestyles in the West. In fact, critics say polygamy doesn't fit the image of modern society. But why? When I think about like why polygamy doesn't fit modern society, I look back in time on it being such a huge part of culture and tradition in African, Asian, and Middle Eastern countries for centuries. So I want to bring the conversation over to Mukhtar and Hawa. What was it like growing up where polygamy is illegal in the country you live in, but practiced within the Islam religion where you were raised in?
Well, so I grew up, like you said, I grew up as a Muslim, alhamdulillah. But I didn't really see like, it's not like everyone was practicing polygamy around me. You know, my father never took another wife. I don't think it's for every man. As far as like the illegal stuff in the US, I follow my religion first, so I follow what's illegal in Islam. That's not to say that I ignore everything else, but I believe in everything Islam has sent down. And I didn't honestly, like growing up, I never saw myself with more than one wife. So I was monogamy. Honestly, when I looked at the Quran, I knew about polygamy in the Quran. I knew that men practice it. You hear about men here and there with one wife, two wives. And sometimes, but I looked at it as honestly like a strange thing, even though I was Muslim, even though it's in the Quran.
So from my understanding, you grew up in a polygamous household in Chad, Africa. And so can you share your experience?
Yes, I grew up in polygamy. My father had two wives. I was from the second marriage. And it was good because growing up, I never saw something wrong with it. It's like because everybody around me was this. And then we mingle, with our brothers, our older brothers, come. They were older than us, so they come and take us out and things like that. So it was normal. Nothing was like, because everybody around me was in polygyny. So I cannot turn around and say it's weird to me. And it was good. It's like nothing wrong. And the thing about it is women are very territorial. So men had to keep them very separate, to each her own business. And, the kids, when they want to be together, they bring them together and things like that. But each woman had her own house, her own,
So he had to provide two homes, but the women also work.
No.
Oh, well, you said their own business. That's why I said.
I mean, like in their own, corner.
They
doing
their own business.
Yeah, doing their own.
They were minding their own business.
Got it. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So I have a really quick question. I guess it's, I understand how women can be territorial, but if that was how they were raised and that is what is expected of you, how are they being territorial? Because this is your life and what's going to happen.
Territorial in a way that, because I talked about it with some people here, they think that in polygyny, men have to, share the same room, like having, being with the same women at the same time and things like that. But that's not what it happens. It's like to each, it's her own quarter, her own
Did they have
household.
It worked out like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're at house A, and
Yes,
Tuesday,
it's
Thursday?
like 2 nights. My father used to do 2 nights. Like most of the couples there, they do 2 nights here, 2 nights there.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to say, because in Islam, we polygamy, we have a rule book for how we do things, everything really in Islam, marriage and polygamy included. You have to, we know a man can't be really equal with how he he might feel like he loved one more than the other. He's supposed to not try to show that as much as he can, but we're supposed to be equal time. That's the most important thing, spending equal time with each wife. So you're not supposed to spend more time with one than the other. And also spreading your, in terms of money, you're not supposed to be trying to spend more on one than the other, so
but I'm sure that happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, but I wanted to say, like what she said, like the separate quarters, the man has to provide for both quarters, you know, and it's haram or illegal in Islam to have them in the same room and things like that, you know, doing those type of things.
So then can a wife, if she suspects that the husband is doing more for the other wife, does she like do a rally cry and take him to court or something? Or
No, we don't believe in court. Most likely, we believe in family. You know, like you gather the family, like the elders, and you talk to them. You call the elders. Like when we have a marriage, it's like marriage. First of all, if we need to define it, it's like a very secret relationship. It's sacred. Sorry, sacred. Yes. So for us, it's not just between two people. It's two families. Uniting two families. When you unite two families, it's not something that you can just decide today, I can do this. And so when she suspects something or something is obvious, she can call the elders, her family, and then his family and talk to them about it, and they can rectify that. I grew up in a environment that is very family oriented. Like nothing is done without consulting family and things like that, especially if you're married. And to come here and see that to each their own, especially like when you're married, you and your husband decide something without letting know any member of his other family is weird to me. You decide to move to another city and you don't even have to tell. I was like, this is
How funny.
Yeah. That's
in a way where, you know, for example, my family, if I call them and then, for example, complain about my husband, they will never take my side first. They won't. Because they will think like, because I am their daughter, maybe I'm trying to, play the favorite part. Playing just to manipulate them into, giving me. So first of all, they're going to take his side until they get everything out. Then they will choose which one is true, because they believe that if they're always on my side, and I can just call them and cry and say whatever I want about it, and they can take my side, which is gonna ruin the relationship. So first of all, they're gonna say, "What did you do first?" And then later on, they wait.
That would make me mad. I'd be like, why do you think it's me?
Right, that's twofold. Again, you have to rely on the healthiness of your family. Right? Because what if she's calling like, "Help me, I need," and it's like, "Well, what'd you do?" Right? And maybe she needs help. Or if it's like, wait, I need to get the whole story first. That's actually really healthy. Right? So that just depends on your family.
I just think also is that sometimes we forget about how much wisdom older people can give us in a relationship. It's like what you said about how his family was all up in your business during your divorce. But some people, before the divorce happens, in Islam, it's encouraged that if there's a serious problem between husband and wife, that you bring one party from her family, one party from his family, to come together and try to sort out the issue. This is to prevent from divorce. You know what I'm saying? These kind of things where some people, like, there's members in my family I heard that, got a divorce and I never even knew about it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know. It's just, oh yeah, I'm not with her anymore. And that's it. So I think, yeah, like you said, it can be an extreme on both ends of being, of both families being, not involved enough or too much involved, but like you said, it's all about the family. But I do believe they have to be involved in some way. I think that's very important. And Hawa has made me see that too, because of the family structure she has in her family.